We are a team. Really? This is for Black women in toxic jobs. Have you ever been in a job and they have said, we are a team, we operate as a family, we look out for one another, we want everyone to feel like they belong? Have you ever had that experience? I think for many of us in jobs for Black women, we already know that that's not true. However, I just want to talk about the hypocrisy many times with people who say they believe in teams. And so I want to talk to you about this a little bit in terms of just some of the ridiculous things that I've experienced. And I invite you to think about for yourself some of the ridiculous things that you've experienced at your job that really show you that it's not a team at all. Even though, again, you already knew that coming in. Most Black women, we already know that. And I would say, using a quote from my mother, many times we don't go for the okey doke. We know that people are lying in our faces about teams and stuff like that. And if you are mindful, look at that environment and look to see how they treat each other. You will see how shady and dirty and messy they are and how they talk about each other. But then they say, we are a team. So look at the environment, look to see how are they treating other people. But at the side of their face, they saying that we're a team. So look at that first. The other thing is, I invite you to start thinking about what are some of the ridiculous things you've experienced at your job that emphasize that this is not a team at all. This is not a team at all. And so I'm inviting you to self-reflect, and you might even want to journal about this or any of the other topics I've talked about on my YouTube channel to encourage deeper reflection. My hope is that my videos, by me sharing about my journey, my healing journey, what I've gone through when I was at that toxic job that I've since resigned from, my hope is that you self-reflect on what I'm talking about. So maybe take a moment to self-reflect on the ridiculous things that you've encountered at that job that really reinforce or shows you that this is not the place for you. So I'm just going to show you an example of what that might look like. Some of the content that I might share, just to be very transparent with you, may be triggering for some of you. So I just wanted to say that. And so I just wanted to share just some examples in terms of people might say you're a team, but you are treated very much like you are not a part of the group, that you are other, that you are less than, all these things. Think about, how are you really being shown, or how are you being treated at the job? So a few examples. I used to work at the second largest school district in the nation for mental health, and went to a meeting, and the workplace bully told my supervisor that she wanted me to come into the meeting because the meeting had something to do with my work duties. She wanted me to come into the meeting. It was other administrators there. She wanted me to come there, but she said I could not say a thing. I couldn't introduce myself. I couldn't say anything. So just imagine what that's like, being in a room. Everybody else is introducing themselves. Everybody else is talking, and I am silenced in the sense that she's saying I can't even introduce myself. So imagine what that's like. But yet again, we are a team and we talk about belonging for people. This is your so-called team. Another example that I want to share was, and this is the part that might be triggering for you. So if you are triggered by things in relation to issues related to people harming themselves, you may want to switch off this video. Okay, so just a trigger warning. So one day I was coming back to the office from lunch, and that's when I was working in the district office. So it's downtown, a high rise. Walking back, and as I'm walking back, you have to walk over a freeway. So there's an overpass, there's a bridge. And as I'm walking, I started seeing something. I'm like, am I seeing something correctly? I saw a Black woman who looked to be unhoused, and she was stepping over the railing of the freeway, of the bridge. So she's stepping over the railing. And I'm looking like, am I seeing something correctly? And what was so disturbing, not only that, but people were just walking past her like nothing was happening, like they didn't see her. So, I not only am I just a compassionate person, I'm a psychologist and I did a lot of crisis response work at the district. So I go up to her and I'm talking to her and I'm asking her, can you please come over to this side? I'm trying to be very calm with her. Can you please come over to this side? She's like, why? Why do you want me to go? I said, because, I just want to make sure you're safe. And, I'm trying to just like coax her to come back on the side. So she comes back and she's like rambling, like she's like saying things that don't make sense. It's like tangential. It's kind of all over the place. And so I say to her, can you please come with me so we can try to get you some help? So I'm talking to her, and the whole time we're walking over the overpass, I'm just being mindful that she doesn't try to jump or do something. So I'm like watching her and just trying to like keep her calm, relatively calm. So we get to the district office. The district office at the lobby area, there's school police. So I tell school police, I saw this woman. I tell them the whole story. And they're like, okay, we'll take care of it, whatever, right? So I had weekly reports. I had to share my weekly duties, what I've been doing on this sheet, and I went to the workplace bully. So I shared that situation, just like I just told you. I shared that in writing to her, sent via email. She never responded. She never said, what happened? Are you okay? Nothing. That was traumatizing for me, but nothing. Now, my supervisor, the assistant director, they did reach out to me, workplace bully, like it never happened. Another example, again, I'm sharing with you examples so you can see from my own experience how I'm able to reflect on. In fact, there's so many more examples that I can share with you. I'm just sharing with you for the purpose of maybe you engaging in this exercise for yourself. Another example is when my mother-in-law passed away. The workplace bully, I was supposed to be in a meeting, but I was out on bereavement leave or something like that. The workplace bully sent out an email to a group of us who were supposed to be in this meeting. And at the end of the email, she says, oh, and tell Kamani condolences to her. At the end of an email, she never contacted me, and she's telling other people to express condolences to me. Okay, the last thing I want to share was there was some, I'm not sure what exactly happened, but she had talked to me. I'm not sure, I can't exactly remember, but I was in a meeting with her, and that was very rare that I was in a meeting with her alone, because they had gotten to the point that I told my supervisor and the assistant director I would not be in a room alone with this woman because she was just off the chain. Okay, so I just said that. So I'm in a meeting with her, and there was something going on about protests or something like that. And she had the nerve to say out of her mouth, she had the nerve to ask me, and how were your sons? I was thinking about you when this thing happened. First of all, I was disturbed, viscerally disturbed that you would talk about my children, even if you would ask about them. I don't want you to thought of my children in your head, or I don't want you talking about it. So that already made me sick. And so I just played it off because, first of all, I'm not telling you anything about my kids. And I just played it off. Oh, they're okay. And she said, oh, my son, I'm so worried for him because he's out there protesting. And I said to him, you have to watch out because you're brown and, something might happen to you. And I just sat there thinking, oh, now you want to relate to me about some racial stuff when you treat Black people as a whole like garbage. Like you say you're this, but you treat Black people like crap. Now you have your little friends, but I'm talking about as a group. And I'm sitting there thinking, how in the world do I get out of here where she's trying to open up to me about her son, all that. And I have compassion for her son, but I don't want to be in a room with her. Listen to this. So as I'm winding down, again, I invite you to think about when you are in a work environment, and you know how they say there's no I in team, we're all together. And look at that for yourself. Is it really a team environment? What's happening to you in that environment? Are you being valued as a team player, or are you experiencing anything similar to what I've talked to you about? Anything similar that reinforces that it's not a team. And as I said before, my hope is that my videos invite you to self-reflect about what's happening at your job. So the videos might be like the baby steps that you're taking to getting ready to leave a toxic job. So you may not be ready right now, but you might need some time to self-reflect and just really get the courage up to leave, or maybe get yourself together so you can get another job, whatever it might be. My hope is that you're able to self-reflect with my videos. And if you are ready to leave a toxic job, you're past self-reflection. You're like, girl, tell me how to get out. If that's you, click in the description section. You get on my calendar. We can have a discovery call about how to get out of that toxic job. We'll come up with an exit plan. So if that is you, you like, girl, get me out, show me how to get out, then let's book a discovery call. We could talk about how you can get out in terms of an exit plan. And we can go from there. So as you are starting to self-reflect, as you're starting to make your plans, as you're starting to do all these things, please look out for other Black women who might be in similar situations. There's so many of us out here who have had or are in a toxic job. So please offer support to other Black women. You can offer support by sharing this video with her or my other videos, and also giving this video a like or thumbs up. It lets YouTube know to suggest this video to other Black women. And if you have not already subscribed to my channel, it's free. It's completely free. Please do so. Again, this helps other Black women as well to get the message that healing is possible. They deserve better, and there is a way out of a toxic job. So again, subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and share this video with at least 2 other Black women. Okay, I'm signing off. Take care. Bye-bye.